action, John.
There is new information now, Jenna, on the power of the Tea Party as the House Republican leadership makes its preferences known for some key committee assignments in the next Congress. James Rosen is live in Washington. All right, so Congressman Jeff Flake gets a seat on the Appropriations Committee. Why is that so significant, James?
It's an indication, John, of how deeply the Republican leadership has committed itself to placing fiscal hawks with Tea Party backing on the committee that exercises broad responsibility over the federal budget. Flake had sought a seat on Approps 2 years ago when the GOP was knee-deep in earmarks, and he was an opponent of them and rebuffed. Well, things have changed, and yesterday the incoming House Speaker John Boehner announced his support for Flake to get that seat, and also for the creation of a special oversight committee that Flake had proposed. Boehner said that he and incoming Majority Leader Eric Cantor of Virginia are encouraging, quote, reform-minded members to seek seats on Approps. The vehicle here is the steering committee, which meets to vote today on who gets which committee assignments. Boehner said that Approps will, quote, be the scene of much action as the new House majority endeavors, among other things, to repeal and or defund the president's health care law, John.
So there are some long simmering battles for these committee chairmanships, and I guess they're coming to a boil in the next 24 hours or so, right?
Yes, and these also serve, John, as a barometer of the direction and the ferocity of the winds blowing within the newly enlarged House GOP conference. The two chief candidates for the Energy and Commerce Committee gavel are Joe Barton of Texas and Fred Upton of Michigan. Theirs has been a spirited campaign, complete with the circulation of unsigned opposition research memos and insinuations about which is the true conservative. The fact is, both are conservative, but Barton has struggled to overcome the gaffes he committed at those BP oil spill hearings back in June when he apologized to the oil giant for its rough treatment by the media and the White House.
The House Republican leadership was not happy with Barton's mishap with the BP oil spill. They did not appreciate that. They were extremely angry about it. And at that point in time, everybody threw their hands up in the air and said, if we get the majority back, it's going to be highly unlikely that Barton is going to resume being chairman. However, he has worked very hard to try to make up for that.
And the verdict will be coming soon. Here's the thing about energy and commerce. Its jurisdiction is virtually global. As the longtime Democratic chair of that committee, John Dingell of Michigan, used to like to say, John, if it moves, it's energy. If it doesn't, it's commerce. Back to you.
Going to be an interesting parlor game to play in the next day or so. Who gets the chairmanships?